Bandai Namco is rolling out a new patch for Tekken 7 on September 10th, and arriving alongside it is a new DLC character, the soldier astrologist Zafina. She first appeared in Tekken 6 as the Imperial Tome's guardian. She uses her appearance and strange fighting stances to lure her foes, then strikes them with kicks and hand strikes that are similar to attacks of scorpions, snakes, and spiders. Nintendo announced last week that they will no longer be adding new monthly NES games to Nintendo Switch Online. In an interview with Business Insider, a Nintendo representative revealed that more NES games will be added in the future. However, the releases will not adhere to a regular schedule. This will also apply to SNES games that were newly added. As of this report, Nintendo Switch Online currently has over 60 NES and SNES titles in its library.
What will befall our missing Mario and friends, and his dear brother Luigi? Their fate rests in your hands.
Infinity Ward has revealed that they will be releasing new footage on Call of Duty Modern Warfare's campaign later this month. It is not clear, though, whether this new footage will include some sort of playthrough, as Infinity Ward has only released a reveal trailer so far. Aside from this, the game's Black Ops co-op mode will be revealed on October 7th. The game will also be hosting a couple of beta weekends on September 12 to 16 and on September 19 to 23.
Is there anywhere you can learn Kung Fu?
Shenmue 3 developer YSNet has announced that they will be sending out refund surveys via email to backers who wish to request for one. This comes after backers of the game felt bad after YS announced Shenmue 3's exclusivity on Epic Games, while they were promised a Steam copy in exchange for backing the game on Kickstarter. YS said a Steam copy will still be sent to backers. However, it will be sent after the exclusivity period with Epic. The refund survey will be valid for 2 weeks, while refunds will be processed in 20 to 90 days.
When you can teleport, if it's power you crave.
The latest expansion for The Sims 4 will bring magic to the game. The Realm of Magic expansion will have players' Sims travel to another world through a portal, and once inside the realm, their objective is to become the best spellcaster there is. The DLC includes practical magic, alchemy, untamed magic, and mischief. The DLC also allows the players to turn their Sims into Frankenstein-looking monsters. The Realm of Magic DLC launches September 10th.
And earn talent points. These points can be exchanged for spellcaster perks that give you magical advantages. There are many ways to reach the full potential of your newfound power. It's what you choose to do with it that remains to be seen.
A guerrilla war is always a struggle, But there's one resource that's
Rebel
more difficult
Copes is set
get
to
than
launch
any
on
other.
September
Street Fighter.
17th
Officially,
and
you're
will
now
be
an outlaw,
available for
and you
PC,
can't hide
PlayStation
behind it.
4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One. The game is set within the This is the Police universe, and players will be controlling a squad of police officers who are united by their desire to take down a new criminal overlord in town. The game will feature turn-based strategy gameplay and promises unforgiving combat and vast levels to explore.
Letting rip them down. The people are on the brink of despair, and you are the last hope.
A new city building game has been announced, and it's called Smart City Plan. It is set to launch sometime in 2020. Smart City Plan will have players to plan zones, roads, public transport like trains, trams, buses, subways, and even the Hypertube. Players will be taking on the role of a law-abiding city planner who will also decide policies that will affect water and energy uses, taxes, waste management, and a lot more. Borderlands 2 VR has gotten a lot bigger as Gearbox has announced that players of the game are getting the BAMF DLC pack for free. The Borderlands 2 VR BAMF DLC pack contains all the add-on content which were released for Borderlands 2. There will be 2 new Vault Hunters to try, Gage the Macromancer and Courage the Psycho. It also includes 4 post-game campaigns, 5 Headhunter DLCs, new skins, and increased level cap. The DLC pack is currently available for PSVR. Kenichiro Tokuda's fast-paced Mac action game, Daemon X Machina, is currently having a free demo on Nintendo Switch. The demo will allow players to try out the game's prologue as they pilot their Macs through the game's beginning. Players will be able to play in local co-op with up to 4 players. All progress during the demo can be carried over to the full game when it launches on September 13th. Daybreak Games' massive sci-fi arena shooter PlanetSide Arena is all set for its early access launch on September 19th. The developer has released a gameplay trailer which gives us a first look at the game squads. Our mode, which is a large-scale arena mode that features teams of 12 with matches of up to 300 players. The game also promises features such as advanced vehicles, unique class abilities, complex tactics, epic power weapons, and an explosive finale.
Still there. Wait for it. Wow. That never gets old.
Focus Home Interactive has released a new gameplay video for The Surge 2, which showcases the game's combat mechanics and character customization. The video showed weapons that will be available for players and how they can be turned off and equipped to exo rigs. The game's combat will be brutal and quick and will also focus on decision making. The game will also introduce new and deadly techniques such as directional parry, drones, and a lot more. The Surge 2 is launching on September 24th. Today's daily deals are here and we've got for you a great lineup. Our free game for today will bring you to a beautiful underwater adventure from developer Giant Squid called Abzu. The games on our price drop today are the action, hack and slash video game Attack on Titan 2 and the first-person shooter Rage Tale. The game with the best discount is the open-world racing video game from Ivory Tower and Ubisoft, which is The Crew 2. Check out all of this and more in our Daily Deals page.
How are you feeling?
A final gameplay trailer for Greedfall has been released ahead of its release. The trailer did justice in introducing viewers to some of the violence and mayhem present in this next massive fantasy RPG. The trailer also showcased the game's stunning visuals and cinematics that complement what is promised to be a captivating story. There was no gameplay footage in the trailer, but fret not, as you will be able to witness it first hand as of the 10th of September 2019.
They take our people. They destroy our island. It is not peace that we want. It is that you leave us.
Ubisoft has proudly announced that their hardcore team shooter Rainbow Six Siege has elapsed the milestone of 50 million players. This milestone is a testament to the developers' hard work in recent years as the game progressed rather sluggishly in the initial stages. In any case, the game will likely persist to do well once this next seasonal update, Operation Ember Rise, lands. Rainbow Six Siege is currently available for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. IRM recently announced that its beat-em-up Vigilante has officially returned to PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. The title has been out for well over 20 years and it now serves as a testament of longevity. The fact that the graphics is dated and the gameplay is unpolished ironically serves the game well, as it accurately represents the classic arcade era in which the game was released. As previously stated, Vigilante is currently available for the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. Flight School Studio is elated to announce that Creature in the Well is now available in stores worldwide. The game combines a mixture of pinball and top-down hack-and-slash action to provide a very unique gameplay experience. You can grab your copy of the game for the Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, or PC, then begin unlocking the power of an ancient facility in preparation to face the ominous all-seeing creature. It is available with 10% launch discount, good until Friday 13th of September. Creative Assembly has announced that the previously teased Old Friends free DLC for Total War Warhammer 2 is inbound as promised. According to the developer, the DLC includes Gotrek as a recruitable legendary lord and as companion Felix, who is a hero-level character. A code for the DLC can be found in print copy of Games Workshop's White Dwarf magazine from September 20. You will also be able to access the DLC on the Total War official site as of October 17th. Falcon Age is finally here, and it is available for PlayStation 4 and PC. It is an action-adventure game in which players get to nurture and raise a majestic falcon into a fully fledged beast. In the game, you assume the role of the protagonist Ara as she combats an army of automated colonizers in an effort to restore her cultural legacy. You can purchase Falcon Age from the Epic Games Store, where it also features optional VR support for Oculus, Vive, and Index. November 12, 2019 is the release date set for Edmund McMillan's The Legend of Bumbo. At its core, The Legend of Bumbo is a puzzle-based deck-building roguelike title that serves as a prequel to The Binding of Isaac. Initially, the game was announced in 2016 to be released a year later. Unfortunately, its release never came to fruition due to a slew of developmental hiccups. Needless to say, the game has been anticipated for quite some time, so it is good to finally have a feasible release date.
Give me that toy!
Warhammer Vermintide 2 received a massive expansion recently, which proved instrumental in its setting a concurrent player record. According to Walland, this new concurrent player peak was approximately 14.8 thousand. If you are the developers, this is exactly the sort of reaction and player turnout you expect when you release an update of the magnitude. Based on the Steam charts graph, this is likely the longest sustained high peak of players so far. A tweet recently surfaced from Wolfram Von Funk's official Twitter account announcing that Cube World is coming to Steam either early next month or later this month. For those who don't already know, Cube World is a voxel-based action RPG that focuses primarily on exploration. Cube World is set in a procedurally generated fantasy world made up entirely of cubes. Steam has made no mention of an early access period of the title so far. Now, it is safe to assume this is a window for the full release. Novarama has finally released the first major update for its hit futuristic action RPG Killsquad. Unseen is the game of the update and is available worldwide, which is already known by players who have remained abreast with Killsquad related news. Some players who had attended the PAX West event already had the pleasure of testing the update. Now you too can be counted among the many to praise the developers for the stellar effort that is Unseen. Windy Games has released a host of new content for its pacifist roguelike Miasma Caves. The content for this new update are all identifiable in a trailer that accompanied the announcement. The said new content features a gold mine of new treasures, many town upgrades, as well as some new hazardous areas. The game is currently available on Steam Early Access for PC. Grab a copy of the game to experience this new update and all the magic therein. Today's daily deals are here and we've got for you a great lineup. Our free game for today will bring you to a beautiful underwater adventure from developer Giant Squid called Abzu. The games on our prize drop today are the action hack and slash video game Attack on Titan 2 and the first person shooter Rage 2. The game with the best discount is the open world racing video game from Ivory Tower and Ubisoft, which is The Crow 2. Check out all of these and more on our daily deals page.